What do you think? Good. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday morning, May 10th, 2018, and I'm headed into work for the day. Last night was nice. Rochelle ended up coming over by me, and we hung out until after 10 o'clock, and then she went home to bed, and I stayed at home and went to bed. We kind of had a laugh and talk, but like we don't really sleep well together yet. So with the dogs and then me tanning, I'm like a fireball. I'm not really tanning, I'm more like burning. My whole body is like pink, and I'm just like radiating heat. And I was cool with that. She had a long day yesterday. She was up at like 4:30 or something like that. So for her to stay out with me or stay up with me till after 10 was really nice. So that was cool. I appreciate that. We have the boys this weekend, and then we're not going to have them for the next 3 weekends. And I don't even have them for this full weekend, this upcoming weekend. I don't have them for the entire weekend because Sunday is Mother's Day. So his mom gets them for Mother's Day. It's kind of like a special visitation thing for Mother's Day. I get them every Father's Day. So I get him Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday morning he goes by his mom's. And then I'm not going to see him for the next 3 weekends. So I'll see him during the week and stuff like that, but it's not going to really be the same. So I'm not really excited about that. Rochelle's in the same boat with her son, and we're just going to have to make the most of it, I suppose. Yeah, that kind of stinks, but that's okay. I was broke as hell this week. Like, I had under $100, and I looked into, so I have like this savings plan system through work, and what it is it's, I guess it must be like pre-tax or something. I can't remember what they exactly call it. It's kind of like a health savings plan, but it's for childcare or daycare costs. And so they take it's something like $5,000 a year from my paycheck and put it in this special account, and then I have to go through them and expense any sort of childcare activities. So with basically like Grant right now, he's not in daycare or anything like that. He's in more like before and after care, and he so he with this before and after care, he's they send me the bills every month, I guess you could say. And then what I got to do is I take the expense or the bill, and then I claim it on this savings account, this special savings account. And once I do that, they reimburse me the money. So I did it at the beginning of April for April's time period. So I did it, I don't know, like within the first week of April. But they only paid out like $93 or something, and I claimed $365. And it's been kind of bothering me, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I don't know why they did that and all this shit. So I called them. I think that was yesterday. I called them, or 2 days ago or something, and just asked them, well, what's going on? She's like, well, the pay period hadn't been rendered, so I was claiming the expense for the entire month, but it was only like April 4th or something when I made the claim. So they only did like a partial payment of the $365 total because that month hadn't passed yet. I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to do? She's like, well, just resubmit your documents or your receipt or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I did that, and then this morning I already received a notification from my bank that I got the rest of that deposit. It was like $273 or something like that. I was like, oh, cool, because I needed that money. Like I said, I had less than like $100, and was like, oh, great. It was, at the time, it was only May 7th or so. So I was like, how the hell am I gonna, go over another week, and without having to dip into my savings or something like that. So I can always go into savings. I'd prefer not to, is what it is. So it'll be nice. It'll be good. And so I was talking with Rochelle and stuff, and we're trying to figure out, we wanted to do one more week with vacation for the boys and stuff, and she wanted to go visit family and all that in like August, like right before our kids start school. And she determined, or she talked to her family. Her family lives in, I believe it's Nebraska is the one that she's trying to coordinate, and they can't make that week happen. So she was thinking about maybe either going for a different, like, long weekend, so like a Friday through Monday, or maybe doing something different. Maybe we can go to the lake house, my parents' lake house, for like a few days, like take off a week, or do the lake for a few days, and then maybe go visit her dad and stepmom up on their lake for a few days, or 3-4 days. So that's kind of what we were thinking. She's gonna see if she can make that happen, or if that's okay with her dad and stepmom and stuff. So she's just trying to sort all that out, and we're gonna kind of see. That'd be fun. That'd be really nice. I would really like doing that with them. So I want to go out and see her dad's house and all that stuff. They just moved in relatively recently, but they just moved into a new place way up in Wisconsin. It's like 6 hours away, 5 hours away, and really nice. They're on the water. They just got a new pontoon boat this week. They got a new dock this week, and he's even looking into getting a fishing boat. So they're excited about all that stuff. So, and I want to see it. It looks like a beautiful home. Oh, and they just sold last weekend. They just sold their home here. So their house here had been for sale for a while, and they were trying to find a buyer and all that, and they got it taken care of. So they're moving out. So they had already moved into that other place in Wisconsin months ago. So they don't really have much or anything left here. They said they were going through their house, their landscaping, and digging up bulbs and stuff like that, like to transplant to the new house. So I thought that was cool. I don't know anything about that type of stuff, but they get excited over that shit, so that's cool. That's all I got, guys. That's all I got. It looks like my Hive tokens, they would have been worth like $1,800 now, and I cashed them out for $1,400. And then we got everything else is holding steady, so Ether and all that. So right now my portfolio, after buying back in, it says it's worth about $9,500. I still have almost $700 in cash in USD in GDAX exchange. So I still have a little bit more money to play with if I wanted to. Like I said, I could buy back into Hive, but I don't think so. I don't know. And yeah, so everything else is kind of going down. All my other altcoins, Dent is down a little bit. So Ether is creeping up. It's at like 761, but the alts aren't showing yet, which is the way it usually goes. That's why I jumped back into just Ether, because it's a quicker move. But of course, Hive being the anomaly now, that's running up, and that's an alt. So I'm whatever. This happens all the time, so I'm just not even surprised anymore. I used to get all stressed out, all frustrated. I'd go panic sell and move into something else, and then that would drop. You know, like right now, if I were to panic buy into Hive again, it's at its highest ever, it would, well, not ever, but in a long ass time, it would crash. So I'm good. So that's it, guys. I need to eat some breakfast and wake the hell up. And I did remember to bring my computer today, so that was kind of fun yesterday, having to go without it. And yeah, so stay tuned for more. what it is. I'm just getting out of work for the day and a little bit tired. I was doing well, and then just sitting in traffic here, I'm like spacing out and just blah. Bumper to bumper. I mean, I guess at least we're moving. I'm doing the speed limit, 45. Let's see. So let me think what even happened today. So I didn't go out. I didn't go tanning today over my lunch break. I kind of showed Rochelle the progress yesterday, and she was like, "Dude, you're gonna need to take a day or two or more off of tanning, because like my whole torso is just pink. It's just burned." So that's what I did today. Over my lunch break, I finished watching the Shooter TV series. It's on Netflix. It's a TV series that they made based off of the movie Shooter. Mark Wahlberg was in the original movie. He's the executive producer in this TV show, and it's really good. I really recommend it. I think they were filming season 3 on it, but season 1 is the only one available on Netflix, so I need to look into that. What else did I do today? I unloaded footage from my camera to my external hard drive. What else was I doing today? Just kind of like working and tending to a bunch of various people's stuff. So like just a myriad of requests and people come in and ask me to help them with this or that or whatever. Kind of ate up my whole day. So it's Thursday. That means tomorrow's Friday. We're almost done with the work week. That's nice. I'm gonna try to enjoy the time with Grant that I have this weekend, because I'm not gonna have much time to spend with him for the rest of the month. That sucks. So we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna have to look over the schedule and stuff. Maybe one of these days I can just call in and play hooky or something and get him early or something. Probably not, though. I don't really have much time for that. What else did I do today? Oh, yeah. So something that I did that's not fun at all, but kind of been stressing me out indirectly, or, you know, in the back of my mind forever, is I logged into my Gmail account, and I've been using Gmail forever, since it was first created, and I had over 7,000 emails in my inbox on my Gmail account. That's my primary email account. Use it for everything, forever. And I was just like, you know what, damn, that's ridiculous. So I waded through it, and by the time I got to lunch or so, I think I had it under 5,000. So I cut it from 7,000 down to 5,000. And I think now I got it down to 4,000, or just under 4,000. So I cut my emails down into almost half. And I'm excited about that. You know, and there's tricks and tips to kind of quickly weed out a bunch of shit. I even unsubscribed from a few mailing lists and stuff like that you know, I don't even read. Signed up for them and got all excited and don't even do anything with them. So yeah, it's still a process, it's still a thing, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. So trying to get more organized, you know, just sorting stuff, pulling them out of my inbox, putting them into various folders, as well as obviously deleting shit. So it's been a process, but it was nice. So I'm excited about that. And kind of while I was working and doing just various shit, I was also multitasking and digging through my email. So I'm kind of excited to get that cut down. Usually I get it down to like 3,000, and then I kind of lose interest in doing that, and then put it off again until next time. But this SUV, can't really see it on the right. He's got a satellite dish on top of the SUV. It's an Escalade. So there's a company that made these like flat circles that go on tops of cars or vehicles, and it's literally a satellite dish for your car. And the reason why it's in a circle container is as you drive and turn, depending on the orientation of your car, the dish inside automatically rotates to face the direction needed. So, you know, if you guys think about it, most houses or homes, they have a static satellite dish that's stuck in one spot pointing in one direction. So when you mount one of those on a car, it has to be able to kind of spin around and stuff to stay locked. I don't know if we'll be able to get a better view of this. Just barely see it on the top of the car. So who knows what that's about? Maybe it's a satellite phone or something. It doesn't have like limo type plates, unless maybe he does like the Uber XL or whatever, and then that's a perk. Can't tell you guys again how happy I am that I got that special deposit into my bank account, because I was just like, man, I was trying to weigh my options, like, alright, do I dip into savings, do I dip into cash, do I load like my BitPay card up with crypto and you know, pay with crypto for the next week, or what do I do? So that deposit was really nice, and I still have like $500 fucking into that account, and I got the next month's receipt for $365. It's just I can't submit it until the end of this month, so I gotta kind of offset it all a month. So kind of stinks, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, so what else do I got going on? Just trying to spend all this newfound free time getting more organized, and it's a lot of work. You know, I'm not afraid of the work. I just didn't realize how much time it would take to get organized and stay on top of all this type of stuff. Yeah. And I guess that's all these years of putting it off, all these years of just stashing shit away and not, you know, confronting it. But definitely needs to be done. So, like I said, I'm getting my room more organized. I'm getting my storage locker more organized. Dumping shit that I don't need anymore, that I won't use, that's not worth anything. Making room, clearing out stuff, and just generally just kind of taking care of business. And, you know, like the painting of the house and stuff, that's kind of symbolic. You know, it's new fresh coat, new uplift or uplook, so to speak, and it's turning a new page. You know, kind of accepting my situation versus the opposite, which I guess I don't want to say like I've been ashamed of my situation, but you know, I've not been happy with it. So I guess I'm kind of finally, it's been like 2-3 years, but I'm finally kind of growing up and moving on. So, and it's not been easy. It's not been easy. So I got a lot of living to do, a lot of growing to do, working on a lot of things, and you know, I'm thankful for the people that are still in my life. I lost pretty much all my friends through all of this shit, guys. And I used to read, like my whole life with friendships and stuff, I've been a reacher. So, you know, I always am like the one that's always pushing to keep friends around and to keep them interested and give them a good time. And, you know, if they don't reach out to me, I reach out to them, all that type of stuff. And then that's when I realized that, you know, those types of people weren't really quite the greatest friends. You know, they don't do what I do for them. They don't return that. They don't reciprocate that. And I noticed once I stopped focusing on their bullshit relationship with me, they would just melt away. Or perhaps I melted away. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. So, you know, I've had conversations with Rochelle about this and stuff, and I don't really have friends anymore. I do. I have a few and stuff, but not like I used to. And I'm okay with that. You know, I guess Rochelle sees it as a little bit of a different perspective. She looks at it as, you know, over these last few years I've been running everywhere, keeping myself busy and not, being alone and all that type of stuff. But in reality, I'm alone a lot, and that's by choice. And now I can do the things that I want to do. I don't have to look towards other people for approval or acceptance or win their affection or whatever. And the last step of that process of going through this and learning that is to kind of let that go from my spouse or my mate and not treat them badly, not disrespect them, not cheat on them. What I mean is do my own thing, and then they can fit in where they can fit in. And likewise, vice versa. So if they got stuff going on, I'll fit in where I can. And it's not going to be about, they're not going to be number one priority. So I am. Not even Grant. And that's where people don't get it right. Especially as they get older or as they have kids or families or whatever. They don't realize the importance of focusing on yourself. I've had this talk with you guys multiple times, but it seems like after college, people just don't really work on themselves anymore. Or the only way they work on themselves is by schooling or education. Like anything outside of that, like it's playtime or playing around or whatever. It's like, that's not the way I see it. Now, if I was spending all my time fucking off and playing video games and stuff, that'd be a whole different thing. But, I do the photography stuff. I do the crypto stuff. I'm teaching myself. I'm learning. I do Photoshop tutorials. I do training with firearms and stuff. And I'm not necessarily a master at any of those, but I'm growing. I'm teaching myself that there's more to life than focusing on everyone else. And I was born and raised as a nice guy, as a good dude. And that's what I've been doing forever, is, treating people nicely and helping everyone else but myself. And, there's that saying that, like, the best way to help others is to help yourself, or you can't fill other cups if your cup is empty type of philosophy. And it's true. It really is. It's true. It's just somewhere we get lost in that. And even society, like, I have a lot of people that give me shit for the way that I run my life, and I don't know why. I don't understand why. They think that I'm taking away from time spent with my kid, or that, I'm not focusing on my kid, and just various shit like that. And I mean, that's one way to look at it, but at the same time, I gotta do my own thing, guys. Like, yes, I have a kid and all that, but I learned by losing this marriage that you can't just focus on one thing. So yes, Grant's a priority, and my spouse or mate or whatever is a priority, and work's a priority and all that, but I don't weigh any one of those more than the other particularly. So, like, they're all important. I care about them all. But guess what? At the end of the day, it just comes down to me, or me and Grant. So it's important, guys. You gotta. We'll talk more about this and stuff soon. But this is a hard conversation to have with people, because they look at it as you're not focusing on important stuff. Well, if you're focusing on yourself, how important is the stuff you're focusing on? So stay tuned for more.